Well, one of the things I was really excited about in regards to Sookie this week is that she was cleaning up that house. That house was, I don't know what they were doing in that house last season. Just smearing dirt on the walls. Your house can't get that dirty just from people occupying it. Ugh. But at least she and Jason were putting in the man hours, working up a sweat, getting that house clean. I was really excited about that. All right, now, on top of that, she presses Eric to tell her what the deal is with Operation Werewolf. And he dances around it at Fantasia, but then he comes to visit her later and tells her more about how the werewolves that they're dealing with aren't regular werewolves. And lo and behold, the werewolf comes around to hear the rest of the story. So that's where we left off with Sookie. I think Bill's storyline was my favorite storyline from this week. We start the episode with Bill and him ripping all those werewolves that cornered him at the end of last week's episode to shreds. Like, literally. There are body parts laying around and he's got one of the wolves' ears in his mouth. The King of Mississippi shows up. I guess, I don't know what he was doing. It looks like he had on a fox hunting outfit, but whatever. He comes, and I won't say rescues Bill because he didn't rescue him, but he comes and escorts Bill back to the house, which is what the werewolves were supposed to be doing. Bill gets there and is basically held hostage in this room with silver doors so he can't leave. And then he's forced to dress for dinner and eat course after course of blood-based meals. Chilled carbonated blood, blood bisque, blood gelato, and thank goodness Lorena shows up so he can work off some of those calories by setting her on fire. That was really shocking. A great ending to Bill's part in the show, and I cannot wait to see what happens next week. I don't know what was going on with Eric and Pam this week. Well, Pam's part of the show was fine, but Eric, I hate flashbacks. I hate flashbacks. I really do. And I watched that segment with Eric and Godric several times. I don't know what's going on, so I'm basically waiting for more information about Operation Werewolf myself. Sam's storyline was pretty interesting this week. It was really nice to see his birth parents and how they were living. Did you notice that plasma TV on the wall back there? Because I did. It was really funny to see. And you know how Sam is. He's kind of laid back, kind of relaxed, kind of chill, and his dog represents that. And his brother turns into a pit bull. It was absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. Now, the one shocking thing that we did get is that when that car was coming toward them and they were on the road, Sam had to dodge, but his brother turns into a hawk, it looked like, or whatever he turned into. He turned into a bird and flew off. Sam can't do that, or Sam doesn't know how to do that. So I want to hear a little bit more about that, and hopefully his brother can teach him some stuff. Well, Tara did what we all thought she was going to do and tries to kill herself in the bathroom. Lafayette busts in and takes her out. She begs him not to take her to the hospital because they're going to lock her up, and that's true. That's what they're going to do. So he tries to scare her straight, and he takes her to see his mom, who's Alfre Woodard, of all people, and tells her, this is going to be you if you don't get your act together. She promises to behave herself, and as soon as possible gets into trouble again by talking to that weird dude that comes into the bar right after he was in Bill's house, rifling through his stuff and going into his secret compartments in the drawers in his dresser. I don't think I like that guy, but I don't know. I don't know about him. So we'll just have to see. Jason, as I mentioned earlier, I was so excited, helps Sookie clean up Graham's house, so thank goodness for that. And he and Andy bond some more over the fact that Jason shot eggs and Andy's taking the credit for it. This storyline, again, I'm tired of it. Let's move on. Let's do something else. Jason needs another storyline. His storyline last year was so good. He needs a better storyline than this. He really does. Jessica and Pam were the cutest in this episode, the absolute cutest, with Jessica going to her for advice and Pam giving her some advice. But Jessica just moved too slow. By the time she finally gets her act together and realizes that she needs to dispose or dismember the body to keep the guy from turning into a vampire, it's too late. He's already turned into a vampire and he has disappeared from where she was keeping him in the house. So we'll see what happens with that next week. One more thing about Jessica. I'm putting this on Jessica's segment, even though it did involve Pam too. When they were in the ladies' room in Fantasia, what was going on with the decorations on the wall in that restroom? There were bats and like Little Red Riding Hood, it looked like, and just weirdness. Did you guys notice that? Did you notice these decorations? Am I the only one? I thought they were weird. Didn't you? The outfit of this week's episode is this lovely ensemble worn by one of Bill's dinner hosts. I really liked it. It was very Interview with the Vampire-y, and that was basically what that house was like, at least in my opinion, and his outfit was perfect with that.